Sojourner Truth was abolitionist and fought for women's rights. Her name was Sojourner Truth, but her real name was Isabella Bumfree. She was born in 1797 in New York and died on November 26, 1883. Her parents were James and Betsy Bumfree. She always remembered what her mother told her about God. He would protect her. When their slave owner Charles Hardenberg died, she was sold off when she was 9 years old. Her brother Peter was sold first. She only spoke Dutch and didn't understand English. When she was being sold but understood what was happening, she was sold to an English fisherman family. Her father was very sad because she was not being treated well and found a family who spoke English and Dutch to buy her. They took care of her and taught her English. She was married to Thomas in 1817. They had 5 kids named Deanna, Elizabeth, Hannah, Peter, and Sophia. As she got older, she continued to have more trials and tribulations, but never stopped fighting like her father and mother had taught her. She took the streetcar conductor to court for pushing her off the streetcar and hurting her shoulder, and won. The conductor was fired and other conductors wouldn't pick up black people. The victory didn't last long because the Jim Crow laws began and kept black and white separated. Then in 1968, she came up with the idea, 40 acres and a mule. In March 31, 1870, she visited President O'Neill C. S. Grant and told him about her land grant proposal. He didn't help her even though she helped him with his second term of presidency. She then went to Congress for help, went across the country to gather signatures on the petition, but unfortunately it didn't get the help she needed. Interesting, although all of her fight she could not write. She did speak Dutch and learned English. She would have other people write her book and speeches since she couldn't write. She continued through her life to fight for what was right and didn't let the ability to write stop her. She was the first black woman to win a case in law to get her son back, who was sold ingradually, and he was then freed. Helped a shelter for homeless women. Remember when I told you her real name was Elizabeth Bumfree? When she left New York to go to Connecticut, she changed her name to Sojourner Truth. She felt she needed a name that showed her who she truly was. Sojourner Truth brought food to soldiers, went to Washington, D.C. to help the freed slaves. She met President Abraham Lincoln and signed her Book of Life, which was an autograph book and scrapbook. Worked at Freedom's Hospital to help freed slaves with tools to get jobs. She also worked with Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony to fight for women's right to vote. She didn't live to see women get the right to vote, unfortunately. Sojourner Truth was an abolitionist and fought for women.